Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to chapter 5, I guess, of Dragon Age Origins. And we've gone back a few seconds. We are going to leave Lothering, but briefly before we do, because I'm pretty sure once we go to the camp after this, shit goes down. I could be wrong, but I think it happens very, very soon. Which is why Lothering is so small. There's the chest here that's locked. I forgot that the chest here is locked. So, we're going to check it out. Now, I did spend a few minutes equipping some bits and pieces and switching some bits and pieces between characters and all that sort of thing. And I still have to level up my character, but I haven't done that yet. But, as you can see, Liliana is no longer in her chantry gear. She's actually got some better, more survivable stuff on. But there's the chest in the chantry that I want to pilfer. I didn't think I could open it as me. I thought it was like you need a key for a quest reward or whatever. But, I do want to check. Is it this one? No, that one's the key. Isn't there another chest around? No? Am I wrong?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I ran back for no reason, so there you go. Oh yeah, by the way, it is currently 1:56 AM on Monday, the 17th of June, 2024. And, we may as well head out of Lothering then. I still don't know what the tree landmark's for. Do I need to run all the way back? I could just load. Right? I think I saved after I equipped anything. And if I didn't, it's a shame. Whoa. Settle down. Let's level up real quick, since we can. I had a quick look at the different things. So, Bard buffs your party, mostly. Ranger gives you summons, which is pretty cool, but I'm not going to do it. Duelist makes you better at stabbing people and stuff, and buffs you and shit. Assassin makes you even better at stabbing stuff, and it also makes your friends better at stabbing stuff, so I think we're going to go Assassin, because it sort of goes up with Cunning as well. We're going to put a couple of points into Strength so we can equip that different armor, and then another point into Cunning for now. Yes. Dual striking's fine, archery's fine, but we're going to put a point into Mark of Death. Additional damage. Additional damage for us and everybody else around us. And then we can equip that armor. The battle dress of the provocateur. So it's way better armor than what we've currently got. Gives us bonuses to dexterity, bonuses to armor, extra chance to dodge attack, stamina regen, and plus 50 stamina. It's pretty wild. This perfect suit embodies the paradox of the bardic spy. Intricate details yearn for an audience, but a worthy owner gives only a glimpse in the reflection of a blade drawn swiftly from the heart. So that's what we're wearing, instead of the studded leather armor. Now, downside, we lose our set bonus, but that's really not a big deal, because we gain so much more. We could thank Liliana for that, or consider it a gift. Onward! The dream. The dream! This is the conversation that we had with Alistair yesterday. On the last episode.
Huh?
Yeah, man, probably something I ate.
Drank more like, as in the tainted blood, remember? You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do.
Yep, there's the
That's
music cut
why
out again.
We know this is really a blight.
Is the Archdemon a dragon?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Any other surprises I should know about?
Other than dying young and the whole defeat the blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Okay. We are now at camp, so we can talk to people. But before we have any big conversations with any of our companions... Actually, I wonder if I can I equip people from here? Oh, I can equip everybody from here? Hell yeah. Sten has nothing. He has nothing equipped. That's bad. G'day, Saint. Thank you for the Estus. How you doing today, buddy? Hope you're having a good one. No clothing for Sten. Oh god. Clothing for Sten. Actually, studded leather armor. Oh no, she's already got some on. Saddle don't need no shit. Can Stan equip that? Nah, he doesn't have enough strength either. What's his strength at? 28, okay. Well then I guess we just put some shit on him. Boots. I think the split mail and the chain mail is the same shit. Yeah, so it's basically he's basically wearing Alistair's old set. But we'll give him some weaponry. What's he got? What's he got perks in? Has he got perks in two-handed or? I'm assuming he's two-handed. Yeah, he is. Okay. So we'll give him a two-handed weapon. Whatever our best two-handed is. Is it this one? Maybe. It's definitely not the Warden's longsword. And the other one I've got is the plain old greatsword, which does do 1 more damage, and has higher crit chance and better armor penetration. But then this one, the Chazened Flat Blade, Flat Blade has +1 armor penetration, so it's not 3.5. I'm assuming it's 4.5. Then the melee crit chance is also +1%, so I'm assuming it's better. Assuming it's better. Okay. And then we also have a quest. Enchantment. Talk to the dwarves. Bowden and Sandal, the 2 dwarves from outside of Lothering, seem to have pulled their wagon to the outskirts of the camp. You should talk to them both to see what services they can offer. I will. Wait, who are you? Levi Dryden. I don't know who you are.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer.
G'day.
Bowden Fennick, at your service once again.
How you doing,
I
Bowden?
saw your camp and remembered the kind offer that you made the last time we met. And is there anywhere safer for a poor merchant and his son to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Yeah, man, sure. As long as nobody gets any dark urges, we'll be fine. What you selling?
Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes.
No way.
Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
Fair enough. Well, you been following us down the road, or is it just coincidence?
Following you? I'm not even certain where you're going, my friend. And quite frankly, it's none of my business. Trust me when I say that my encountering you here was serendipity and nothing more. I travel a lot, so I'm bound to meet everyone on the road eventually.
Yeah, fair enough.
If you prefer, I'll take my boy and be on my way. But regretfully, you're the safest spot on this road, without a doubt.
No, you're more than welcome to stay. Just, you know, don't cause problems.
Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a
Aw.
bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Too easy. We'll do. Well, what sort of stuff you
Are
selling?
you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife?
That cheese knife better be made of cheese. What you got?
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected. And with your discount.
Yeah, dear. Oh, God. That's with my discount? Far out. That's not cheap. That is not cheap. Okay. Interesting. I can almost afford these. Oh, inscribed. Inscribed leather. Fancy. Tier 6. Gives you mental resistance. So it's just a slightly better version of the one that I've already got. Oh, he's got the blood dragon shit. Yeah, he does. I wondered when the rest of this set would turn up. I can't remember. I couldn't remember when it would. I will be getting that, but there's not really a ton of point in me buying it yet, because, like, one, it's expensive, and two, no one can fucking equip it yet. Spirit hands, hardened leather. Oh, it's for a mage. Interesting. Increased spirit damage. Light gloves, but they're tier 1. Oh, increased backstab damage. Okay. Okay, it's kind of cool. Bard's dancing shoes. Reduces hostility. That's pretty cool. Imperial Weavers, chance to dodge attacks. That's pretty cool. There's the Blood Dragon boots. Silverhammer's Tack Masters. Just increased dexterity. Collective Arming Cowl. Willpower, mental resistance. Okay, so some of that's I feel like I've already got. All my junk. Black Metal Torque. Is that a collar? Ah, it's a collar. 6 attack, 6 armor. Oh, fuck, that's expensive though. Saddle currently has just +2 constitution. Just a plain old collar. That's pretty good. It's expensive. Very expensive. Very expensive. Spell Ward, 87 gold. Far out. Cannot equip item on this character. Oh, because it's saddle. I'm like, why is it saying for everything? Okay, hold on. Spell Ward. Health regen while exploring. Willpower. Spell resistance. Chance to dodge. Chance to avoid missile attacks. Not bad. Mine's pretty good though. Willpower. Nature resistance. Belt. Stamina regen in combat. Oh, increases monetary gain. That's probably really handy, actually. Like, would I need to wear that? Or could I put that on, like, Liliana? I don't really know how that would work. I mean, technically the belt that I've got on I should probably give to Morrigan anyway. I could do that. I'll buy that. That's good. Why is it suddenly saying that I can afford this? Longbowman's belt. Extra fire damage, extra cold damage. I could give that to Morrigan too. One gold. Yeah, we'll see what else he's got for sale first. Potions, kits, tomes of arcane technique. This tome gives the reader 1 point to spend on a talent or spell, but is rendered useless afterwards. That's kind of cool. For a mage specifically. Oh, does it think that I'm Morrigan now? Because I switched and didn't switch back? Yeah, okay. So this is for a warrior or rogue. That's cool. I like that. Crafting ingredients. Runes. Spell resistance and such. Ooh. Necklaces and things. Grey Warden hand puppet. Oh, they're all free. Oh, that's why. Because this is the Feast Day gifts and pranks or whatever it is. I'm not allowed to buy that one. Not allowed to buy that one either. And then these are the... These are just smaller ones, I assume. Backpack. Inventory capacity by 10. I really feel like that'll come in handy too. I think we'll just get the backpack first, eh? Probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. I'm gonna have a quick chat with his son.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... What was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
What enchantments does he do?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment.
Enchantment.
There you have it.
Alright, I want some enchanting done.
Enchantment.
Enchantment! Right, so you can enchant just these two because they're the only ones that actually have shit. .31 strength, but it's not going to be mine. Comes with poison? That's pretty sick. Oh, it's got backstab damage and shit. It needs strength to wield it. That's a shame. Okay. What have I got? Chance to reduce movement speed, electricity damage, fire damage. Oathkeeper. And that's it, I can just chop and change runes? Oh, did I put the slow one in, did I? No, I didn't mean to do that. Fire damage. Quest completed. Hey.
Enchantment.
No, 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 no. No, thank you. What was the other quest? Oh, it's supposed to be completed. Oh, no, it is. I think it was this one, yeah. Feast day gifts, feast day pranks. So... holding them in reserve at your party camp. Yeah, okay. So, it wants me to buy...
I can't interest you in this hat?
Gifts
Pair
and
of
pranks.
earrings, perhaps?
Which I don't really want to do. What different runes have we got? Movement speed, damage versus Darkspawn would be handy. Physical resistance, damage versus undead. Electricity, electricity, bulk electricity, bulk electricity, then cold and stuff. The dude in the tavern said that there's supposed to be undead or something born out of the ground. Sturdy stick is well weighted for throwing. That's because each of the companions have a gift that is good, and a gift and a prank that is bad for them. Canary prayers for the dead. I've got a feeling that could be Sten. They all sort of make sense. You just gotta figure it out. As is the protective cone. I don't want the dog to hate me. But we'll get it anyway. And I'm pretty sure he'll hold on to everything else. And, if you need to buy it, the backpack. Hell yeah. Alright, so those quests are off the list as well. Where is Doggo?
Oh, why, you little...
Hey! Why are you harassing my dog?
Me harassing your dog? I should say it's the other way round. Your furry friend here took offence at me getting near his food. He snapped at me.
Why the fuck are you getting near his food? Like, what are you... Teach that silly Alistair a lesson.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Yeah, man. What do you expect?
I once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished.
Gross.
Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh.
What, you don't want to eat people, buddy?
Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
No, he just eats rats. Hey, look. If you've had it and you didn't know it, it was probably pretty tasty. You never know what old Nan would have fed you. I assume that it's not going to be conversation based. I just need to, like, use it on him. I should probably actually briefly save it first, in case he fucking hates me and leaves the camp. Because I know that pranks make people fucking really dislike you. Okay. That didn't make his like or dislike go down. I think it's funny as fuck that he's wearing it. I didn't expect that. And I'll give him ick as well. To balance it out, I guess. Can we take that off? Does it do anything? Oh, hey, it actually does shit. -2 to dexterity, but +4 to attack, +4 to armor, and low morale. Aww. Aww. I don't want to give him low morale, but that is a pretty good buff. Like, that's a pretty good armor. You're alright, buddy. I wouldn't do that to you. I mean, I would, but not permanently. I think that's all we can give to him. I don't know what he's getting the bonuses for. Oh, he's gonna level up too. Wait, hold on. Doesn't that... Where is it? No, not Sten. Damage from all weapons except crossbows. Attack score in melee combat by 0.5 for each point. Prerequisite for most weapon talents and higher level armor and weapons. Contributes to physical resistance and intimidation. Attack score in melee combat by 0.5. Wait, so it's the same? Attack score in range combat by +1 for each point. Defense by 1 for each point purchased. Damage from piercing weapons. Prerequisite for weapon talent. Contributes to physical resistance. Oh, I really shouldn't be giving him strength if that's the case. Mana and stamina by 5 points. Embedded in mental resistance. Spellpower, effectiveness of potions, bolters, and salves, prerequisite. Effectiveness of rogue talents, prerequisite for many skills. Contributes to armor penetration, mental resistance, and persuasion. Increases health. Fair enough. These are some good resistances. A couple of points into dexterity. A couple of points into some other things too. He's a warrior. There's just extra health and less fatigue. Did you snorf? There you go. I hope it was satisfying for you at least. I do that one all the time. You just can't hear it through the microphone. 99% of the time. There has been one or two over the years. Shred for bleeding. I can knock shit down. We'll just be better at being better. Unwavering courage. I do kind of like that too. Let's learn this one though. No one else has a level up. Yeah. Alistair's got my family sword now too. Sten needs two-handed weapons. This mace is just shit. Oh, that one, the other one. Yeah, no, it's just garbage. It's just garbage. What happens if I destroy it? I get nothing. Okay. I thought I might get crafting ingredients, but it's worth a check. New ability. Oh, minor dexterity. Moderate dexterity. Major dexterity. Hey, what? Massive dexterity. What? What just happened? Is it because he leveled up? Or because I gave him the gift? Man, he's got like a bunch of points now in dexterity. That's pretty great. Cool. All right then. Can I help you, Mr. Levi Dryden? Actually, hold on. Do you have a thing? 300 soldiers passed, where a troubled merchant awaits with a deal that may be too good to be true. Last time you travelled the open road, you caught a glimpse of a merchant in the distance. He appears to be following you. You set up camp, he might be able to catch up to you. And there are rumours that a fellow survivor of Ostergard's escaped the prisons of Ban Loren and is seeking the aid of the Grey Wardens. Ban's lions lie in the northwest reaches of the Banon. Escaped prisoner is likely taken refuge in the deep woods of the estate. So I can't remember which DLC is which is going to be super fun. Alright, let's have a quick chat with Alistair.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
So tell me what a Templar can actually do.
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend.
Well,
Don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
okay. You guys are like the wizard police. Couldn't others learn all this stuff?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, so they basically keep you under the thumb and turn you all into drug addicts. Were you addicted?
Thankfully, no. You only start receiving lyrium once you've taken your vows.
Ah, which you didn't do yet.
You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective. Or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
I mean, you were conscripted in the Grey Wardens.
What do you need? Ask away.
More questions. Can you teach other people to be Templars?
I suppose I could. But I really would rather not.
Oh.
When the Grand Cleric let Duncan recruit me, she made me swear never to reveal Templar secrets outside of the Chantry.
I see.
I'd rather not go back on my word.
Right. Alright, well I respect your word, bud.
Ask me later, perhaps. Maybe I'll change my mind. This is not something small you're asking, after all.
No, I wasn't asking to be trained, I was just curious.
What do you need? Ask away.
So how did you end up becoming a Grey Warden?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
No, but I mean, like... How do you... Like before that?
Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact.
Yes.
That's where I learned most of my skills.
Yeah, you don't, Yeah, you did mention that before. You don't seem particularly religious, though.
You're telling me I was banished to the kitchens to scour the pots more times than I can count. And that's a lot. I can count pretty high. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
The laws of conscription. Pretty full on. Why did the Gland Cleric of the Glands, want to keep you?
I wondered that myself. It's not as if she valued me highly. I think she just didn't want to give anything to the Grey Wardens, is all. The Chantry didn't lose much. And I think I can do more fighting the Blight anyhow, rather than sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have...
He was a good man.
He was. A good man who didn't deserve his fate. That much I'm sure of. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
Well, I mean, he murdered the shit out of a random dude that was like, I have a family. And he's like, whoop, family? Ah, sounds like you've got a dagger in the stomach.
What do you need?
More questions.
Ask away.
So, Al Eamon, He raised you said?
Oh, did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
Ah. I see. Must have been pretty tough for them.
Well, they were flying dogs, you see. Surprisingly strict parents, too. And devout Andrastians to boot.
Ah, yeah. Religious dogs. I see. Dog soldier to the Chantry. Here's what they say about Anders. Raised by flying devout dogs. Or do you write at least? I bet your mother's a bitch. Is this going to upset him? I hope not.
All right, I give. I cannot match your rapier wit. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Arleman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
So you're basically like Jon Snow, kind of. You know who your father is?
I know who I was told was my father. He died even before my mother did, anyhow. It isn't important. Arleman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10, just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
Right. I mean... pretty awful thing to do to a kid, to be honest.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence, I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered.
Shit.
Stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
So you were a petulant child. I mean, you were young, dude.
And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that. I don't know.
No,
all
you
I
just
know
a dick.
is that the Arl is a good man, and well loved by the people. He also was King Caelan's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
That's fair.
What do you need?
More questions.
Ask away.
Why have you remained a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
Right. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you wearing it.
I keep it hidden under my pillow. Sometimes I'll take it out just so I can hug it fondly and remember the good old days. Brings a tear to the eyes, you know.
Yeah. This is where you deflect all the questions with humor, yeah?
I'd use my shield if I could, but I think you might actually spot me hiding behind it. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
Man, I thrive on boring. You're welcome to make up something more exciting if you'd like.
You know, I like the way you think. You're all right. If you're really curious, then I'll tell you. The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Arl Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
Yeah? What'd you enjoy about the training?
The education, mostly, but also the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
Yeah, I do. But, you know, my family was murdered, and Alhau took it over.
Right. Stupid of me to ask. I'm sorry. We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
They can be rebuilt.
I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah. What am I doing? I had a thought, and then he was talking some more. Oh yeah, that's right. I do love the music. Just gonna drop it down by one there. Just a cheeky one.
What do you need?
Any more questions?
Ask away.
Tell me more about the Grey Wardens.
Such as they are.
Jesus. Where are the nearest Grey Wardens from here?
That's a good question. There's plenty in Orlais, but who knows where they might be found. And the nearest Orlesian city is weeks away. If we go north and cross the sea, there's bound to be some in the Free Marches. Again, however, I just don't know where. I don't know anything about Grey Wardens in other lands.
Do you have like a main headquarters somewhere?
Here in Ferelden, there's our compound in Denerim at the palace, but that's it. Loghain will have control over that and be watching it, no doubt. Beyond that, the only place I know of is Weishaupt Fortress. That's the headquarters of all Grey Wardens in the Anderfelds, 1,000 miles from here. But I've no idea how to even contact them. So unless we try to get back to the compound in Denerim, I suppose the answer is no. There's nowhere for us to go.
Right. So, what happens now that there's just two of us?
I imagine that eventually the Grey Wardens outside of Ferelden will wonder what's happened. Why there's no contact from Duncan or someone. They'll send someone eventually. Though who knows what Loghain's people in Denerim will tell them. Maybe they won't send anyone. We could try to contact them. But that would mean leaving Ferelden, and even if we did, they couldn't come back with us in time to stop the Blight. So that means whatever happens, it's up to us.
Fair enough. Do we need to start rebuilding things?
I mean, eventually we would have to use the joining to make more Grey Wardens, right? But I don't know how to do the joining, or what's involved. I know it involves lyrium and some other magic, and that it's really difficult to prepare, but that's it. Unless we can find out more about the joining, I guess we better get used to the idea that there might only be two of us for now. Until more come from elsewhere.
What happens if we just leave?
Just left? You mean just left Ferelden? I don't know. If there's an Archdemon, however, we're supposed to be the only ones who can defeat it. And that means the Blight would grow unchecked. Eventually, other Grey Wardens in Orlais and other lands would hear about it, and they would come to fight it, but they wouldn't come in time to save Ferelden. There's no way. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's fine. I know, I get that. I was just curious. I haven't got any other questions anyway.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. What do you need?
Just get some rest, bud. I'll talk to you later. Suppose we should have a bit of a chat with old Sten here.
Why are we stopping?
We just need to get a few things straight, bud.
There are Darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
Yeah. Are you good? Like, you were in that cage for weeks?
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
Okay. You said you were in the army, yeah?
I am.
Or you are in the army. It's not were. You ever fought in a war?
I have always fought in war, human.
I suppose most people don't do other things in war. Okay, I need to pick better questions. You know your way around a battlefield then, yeah?
Some of them. They aren't all alike.
Okay, he's a very literal dude. I've never seen a Kunari before. Can you tell me more about your people?
No.
Right. Okay. Please?
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of, the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
That was good. That was fine. You're pretty hostile though, right?
Many humans have said that to me. I do not understand it. If I were indeed hostile, you would be bleeding.
I know a guy. I have a friend that is very much like you, and he is infuriating to have conversations with because he does it on purpose. I understand that you don't do it on purpose. You do it legitimately because that's who you are. He does it because he thinks it's funny, and it's just basically part of his personality. But this is you just being calm and helpful, yeah?
Couldn't you tell?
I could. Just tell you what. You do what I tell you to do, and you'll be fine.
As you wish.
Cool. Alright, good stuff. I actually got standard proofs. I remember every time I tried to have a conversation with him in like previously, 13 years ago, 14 years ago, whatever it is, it was always like, Sten disapproves, Sten disapproves, Sten disapproves. He doesn't like having conversations. That's all I remember about him. He doesn't like talking. And you, Liliana.
Yes?
I think you should leave. No, I'm not going to say that. I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
I need to talk more about this vision of yours. You mentioned something about God told you to join us?
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
Oh. Right, so what happened then?
When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rosebush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
And that made you want to help me, yeah?
In my dream, I fell, or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything?
Right, okay. Well, I mean, the Chantry says that the Maker's left us, yeah?
He's still here. I hear him in the wind and the waves. I feel him in the sunlight that warms my skin. I know what the Chantry says about the Maker, and what should I believe? What I feel in my heart, or what others tell me?
You gotta believe what feels right for you, I guess.
Thank you. It's nice to find someone who agrees. I know what I know, and no one will ever make that untrue.
Yeah, good.
Yes?
Can we keep talking, though?
Well, here I am.
What was life like in the Chantry?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
Yeah. How exactly, though?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
Right. I mean, I prefer your ideas over the ideas of the Chantry.
Thank you. Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Okay, we can chat later then. Alright, we'll go have a quick chat with super social Morrigan over here. Hello.
What do you wish of me?
Can I talk to you about stuff?
If you must.
Did you grow up in the wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
I mean, I'm just curious.
Any number of cats could inform you of the answer to that question, but have it your way. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
And you remained unnoticed?
For the most part. Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
I mean, it sounds pretty daring. Sounds like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
Ha! That's pretty good.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive.
You flirting
I
with me?
played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. What, you mean like handshakes or like hugs or what?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
And no social skills. And yet, here you are.
Yes, here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes? What do you wish of me?
Just, a little bit more chat.
If you must.
Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry?
You are very cute to ask so many questions.
And you are also cute when you avoid them.
Really? Perhaps we should be wrapped in ribbons and adorned with flowers. So cute are we, too. My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
You found it fun?
I found the game fun. I was too young to understand the truth behind what was happening. Flemeth would warn them once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Oh. So what, you killed them all?
Me? No, I never did any of the killing, until later. And even then, Flemeth was a glutton for that sort of thing. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
Right. Oh, massive sneeze. And what exactly is an apostate?
You do not know? The zealots use that word for any magic they do not control.
Yes,
The
rogue
Chantry
mages.
sees any mages not leashed to the circle of magi as apostates. And apostates could become maleficarum, evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations. It may even be true. Still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit.
Right. If I were a mage, I'd probably think the same.
Thank you for small favors, then, at the very least.
Wasn't
Enough of this
insulting
talk.
you.
Let us return to the task at hand.
I wasn't trying to insult you.
What do you wish of me?
I want to keep talking.
If you must.
Is Flemeth really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
I mean, an old lady?
Oh, she is certainly old. Have no mistake of that. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
I mean, I've heard a little bit of it. It was the whole that Flemeth fucking has, well, the name Flemeth has been around for centuries because we read that book about it, yeah?
No doubt such a tale has mutated much over time and telling. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
Sure. Sounds interesting.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
How long ago was it?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden.
Right.
The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord who looked on from afar.
Oh.
Lord Conabar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. What, you just sold her to him?
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conabar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead.
Fuck
Flemeth
that.
spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
Yeah. Yep. So she truly loved him, or was it just a bargain?
That was not the point. Conabar had no honor, so she would not have him.
Fair.
Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conabar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conabar's allies chased Flemeth, you see, chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
What, that he never... that lies is that she invaded, or that he didn't defeat her?
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
Right. How did she survive for so long? It's been centuries.
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
Right. And you believe her stories?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has coloured her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
Fair enough. Aren't abominations usually like insane, mutated horrors? Like monsters?
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true?
That's
There
true.
are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery. I suspect, even to her.
Right. The legend itself, though, tells of Flemeth having many daughters. You have sisters?
You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds, after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
Right. Why would she refuse to speak of them?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts.
Right.
It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
Hey, maybe. Sounds fun. Cool story, though. Cheers for that.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
I mean, my mother died pretty recently, actually.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Oh, sounds good. All right. We've had some chats. There's definitely some more conversations to be had. I'm going to save before I talk to this dude in case he's a DLC guy and it's like, now we're leaving. Because I don't want to just take off on some DLC adventure yet.
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the Coins? Levy the Trader?
I'm sorry, man, I've never heard of you.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years.
I knew him for a
But
day.
here I am
Oh.
carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
Yeah? What promise did he make?
Well, as you know, my family's name is mud around noble circles. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Olin banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
That's pretty drastic, isn't it?
And then some. Not much is known about that time. After King Arlen died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
Okay, cool. So what favour did you ask of Duncan?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honour.
I've never even heard of Soldier's Peak.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Arlen's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honour.
Why didn't Duncan help you?
Darkspawn surfaced in southern Ferelden, and Duncan got plenty busy recruiting new wardens and meeting with good King Caelan. Duncan said he would help after the Battle of Ostagar. Said there might be useful things at the peak, but he never had the chance.
Right. Okay. So what do you need from me?
I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it at least?
Yeah, I'll have a think about it, but how will reclaiming the peak help the Wardens?
Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
Alright. Yeah, I'll help you.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Yeah, man. It'll probably just be a while. Because, we got other, far more important things to deal with right now. And you, good pup.
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
I don't know why he doesn't share his food with me.
You are welcome to this if you really want it. The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
You heard the lady, dog. Oh, be nice.
I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
Careful. Don't insult him. Be nice. You two are going to play nice together. You're mean.
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Like the characters are just so, they're just so good. Like I just love this game. This is such a good game. Such a good game. Such a good bunch of storyness. Like I just really like it. I just really like it. I like it. Alright, I'm gonna save again, even though I know we saved like 2 minutes ago. The question is, where do we head off to? Because we've got options, right? So we're gathering the party and venturing forth. So I am going to bring Alistair.
Yes.
See, I don't know, where are we going?
Oh, blast it.
Ah. Hello? Accept. Your party is not full. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes. And then it didn't. Oh, and everybody's gone. Oh no. Where are all my companions?
Yes.
Let's take you two.
Indeed.
And we'll take Liliana
Indeed.
for now. We didn't gather the party and venture forth. We just stayed here. Ah. Okay. The question is, where do we go? I don't want to go back to Flemeth's hut. I don't want to go back to Lothering. Brazilian outskirts, that's to find... That's to find the what are they called? The Dalish. That's to find the Dalish, I think. I think that's what it was. Ow! Oh! Ow! Oh! Okay, hold on. I gotta set up. It's decision-making time. So, we can go Brazilian outskirts, we can go to Denerim. We can go to Soldier's Peak, we can go to Ban Loren's lands to find someone. Lake Calenad Docks, which is the Circle Tower. Redcliffe for Redcliffe Castle. Soldier's Pass. More treacherous than Gerland's Pass to the north. Soldier's Pass can shave more than 2 days' travel off the journey to Orlais. Frostback Mountains, which I'm pretty sure is for the dwarves. So... There's 4 locations plus Denerim is the main story, and there's 3 DLCs, is it? Soldier's Peak. I don't know, I can't remember what Ban Loren's lands is. Then Soldier's Pass, I can't remember either. Hold on. Soldier's Pass, where a troubled merchant awaits with a deal that may be too good to be true. Levo offered to take you through the maze of the tunnels lead to the old Grey Warden base on Soldier's Peak. He wishes to uncover the proof of his ancestor, Sophia Dryden. Who was the hero his family always thought she was. King's confidant. There's rumours that a fellow survivor of Ostgar has escaped the prisons of Ban Loren and is seeking aid of the Grey Wardens. The band's lands lie in the northwest reaches of the Banorn. The escaped prisoner is likely taken refuge in the deep woods of the estate. I don't remember which is which. So, that's those 3. Blackstone Irregulars want us to do some shit. I mean, going to Redcliffe is probably the best bet. Seek the help of Emon Guerin. Or Gurin. Al-Eamon. Great deal of influence at the Landsmeet. Believes he'll aid you once he learns about that. Orzamar's aid. The Dalish clans. Or the mages. We'll probably go to Redcliffe first. Try and get a noble on our side. Probably try and get a noble on our side. Oh, everyone's back now, are ya? You're all back chilling? I'm glad. I'm happy for you. Alright, so if we're going to go to Redcliffe first... No? No, not anymore? Alright.
Yes.
We're going to go there first. We'll take... take you.
Indeed.
Morrigan.
Indeed.
And Liliana.
Of all the...
Yes. Vashaden.
Indeed.
Vashaden. I remember that. Okay. So yeah, Redcliffe. Let's go. Oh yeah, that's right. Things happen.
These are vile and tainted creatures.
Be like, what are you doing? Odd viewers. That brings us to the end of this chapter. There's a bunch of conversations and talking and stuff. Exciting things will happen in the next one. But we will make our way to Redcliffe. I'll give you one more conversation with Saddle.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
I love it. I love it. Alright, anyway. That brings us to the end of this chapter. So if you're watching this tomorrow, 10 years from now, long after I'm gone, you're awesome. and I am sure you'll hear from me again. I will catch you next time, and we will head to Redcliffe. See ya.